Have you ever seen someone at the very top only to watch them tumble all the way down? Join us as we look at 9 more spectacular falls from grace, celebrity downfalls that left fans stunned and reputations shredded. Michael Jackson was the king of pop, a chart-topping musical genius who dazzled fans with his dance moves and instantly recognizable hits. But his life took a dark turn amid disturbing allegations of child molestation. Though acquitted in his criminal trial, Jackson's image never recovered from the sordid accusations, and he became a virtual recluse, his talents sadly overshadowed by a swirl of controversy. For the man who once seemed to defy gravity on stage, the hardest fall was from public grace. As a filmmaker, Woody Allen was celebrated for decades with his wry, neurotic comic sensibilities. He wrote and directed some of the most iconic comedies and dramas in cinematic history. But in the Me Too era, renewed scrutiny over allegations that he molested his adopted daughter Dylan Farrow torpedoed Allen's reputation. Actors like Timothée Chalamet denounced him, and Amazon shelved his films. For an artist who once captured upper-crust New York malaise so memorably, Allen faced a bitter reckoning in his twilight years. Former Fox News anchor Megyn Kelly challenged Donald Trump and advocated for Me Too victims, raising her media profile considerably. But her attempt to relaunch her career with an NBC morning show in 2018 backfired spectacularly. Just days after controversially defending blackface Halloween costumes on air, NBC swiftly canceled Kelly's show amid the uproar. The insensitive remarks violated a clear line at her new mainstream home after years of stoking division at Fox. Kelly's hard-earned credibility evaporated in a flash. For years, comedian Michael Richards delighted millions as Cosmo Kramer, the hilariously eccentric neighbor on Seinfeld. But in 2006, his nice guy reputation unraveled when a shocking video surfaced of Richards going on a racist rant during a comedy club performance, berating Black audience members with slurs and abuse. It was a fatal lapse that effectively ended Richards' career as Hollywood swiftly ostracized him. One blind rage had erased all the goodwill he'd cultivated for playing his iconic sitcom role. Judy Garland rocketed to fame as a child star in The Wizard of Oz. But behind the scenes, the pressures of Hollywood led to a lifelong battle with drugs. Studio executives pushed diet and sleeping pills on the young Garland to control her weight and energy levels. This sparked an addiction that plagued her for decades with personal troubles, suicide attempts, and career setbacks. Despite her immense talent, the former Dorothy could never find lasting happiness. Garland's fragility was exploited at a young age by an industry obsessed with her image over her well-being. The childhood trauma of being fed pills manifested in an adult struggle to cope, derailing her once bright future as a screen icon. As a boxer, Mike Tyson was one of the all-time greats, an intimidating heavyweight champion known as the baddest man on the planet. But his career and reputation took major hits due to his erratic and criminal behavior outside the ring. From a 1992 rape conviction to the 1997 incident where he bit off part of Evander Holyfield's ear during a fight, Tyson's wild antics often eclipsed his tremendous boxing talents. He later rebounded with acting roles and emerged as a wiser, humbler man. But Tyson's heyday was marred by controversy after controversy. Tyson's skill and ferocity in the ring contrasted with his inability to channel that intensity into a disciplined life away from boxing. His lack of self-control spurred a downward spiral few athletes have experienced. In 1936, King Edward VIII caused a huge crisis by announcing his plan to marry the twice-divorced American socialite Wallis Simpson. The British government and most of the public were against the marriage, seeing Simpson as unsuitable to be queen. After initially refusing to give her up, Edward abdicated the throne to his brother to marry the woman he loved. His fall from king to duke in a matter of months was an abdication unlike any before it. Edward was besotted with the glamorous Simpson, but their relationship sparked concerns about her ties to the Nazi regime and her ability to serve as a royal properly. Ultimately, Edward's desire to put personal interests first cost him the crown in an episode that upended the monarchy. As president in the 1970s, Richard Nixon went from being a respected world leader to resigning in disgrace amid the Watergate scandal that rocked his administration. The cover-up and abuse of power exposed during the investigations shattered Nixon's credibility and trustworthiness with the American public. His dramatic fall from being the nation's highest elected official to a figure of scorn and mockery was one of U.S. history's most spectacular political downfalls. Nixon tried to rehabilitate his image in later years, but Watergate forever tarnished his legacy. Nixon's tenure came to represent the dangers of rampant deception from the Oval Office. His wrongdoings left an indelible stain on the honor of America's presidency itself. As a charismatic NFL star and popular actor, O.J. Simpson seemed an untouchable celebrity. But in 1994, he went from American hero to suspected murderer in the killings of his ex-wife Nicole Brown Simpson and her friend Ron Goldman. Though acquitted at the criminal trial, Simpson was found liable for the deaths in a civil suit. The case endlessly captivated and divided the nation. Once beloved, Simpson is now most infamous for the dark allegations that shattered his previously impeccable image. There you have 9 of the most jaw-dropping falls from grace that left fans in disbelief as icons, athletes, and leaders spiraled from the heights of fame and power to the depths of shame and infamy. Whether through personal failings or outside forces, their downfalls prove that even the brightest stars can dim rapidly when controversy takes over. Which fall shocked you the most? Comment down below. And don't forget to like, share, subscribe, and rock that notification bell. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you in the next one.